Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bertemu lagi dengan kanal Pade Sambal. Kali ini ada sebuah video dari seorang dokter berasal dari Malaysia yang menjelaskan mengapa Indonesia yang dipilih pada awal tahun 2025 hanya Indonesia saja. Sementara untuk keanggotaan tidak tetap atau sifatnya partner ini masih ditunda dalam waktu yang tidak ditentukan. Nah, ini adalah penjelasan dari Dr. Ilango Karupanan yang merupakan seorang diplomat Malaysia yang telah pensiun dengan karir yang cemerlang selama lebih dari 33 tahun. Beliau pernah menjabat sebagai Komisaris Tinggi Malaysia untuk Singapura dan memegang berbagai posisi penting dalam penugasan luar negeri. Nah, beliau ini bukan seorang doktor cap ayam ataupun profesor kangkung. Nah, setelah pensiun, Dr. Ilango aktif dalam dunia akademis sebagai profesor agent di Universitas Malaya, di mana beliau mengajar kursus magister tentang urusan regional dan global. Nah, selain itu, beliau ini juga menjabat sebagai Direktur Divisi Kebijakan Transportasi di Unit Pemodenan, Takbiran, dan Perancangan Pengurusan Malaysia. Nah, Dr. Ilango sering berbagi pandangannya tentang kebijakan publik dan isu-isu regional melalui berbagai platform, termasuk podcast dan publikasi secara online. Nah, beliau juga diangkat sebagai Profesor Agent di Taylor University untuk program sarjana ilmu sosial. Yuk teman-teman, kita dengarkan apa pandangan dia, apa hasil pengamatan dia, sehingga Indonesia ini menjadi negara satu-satunya yang dijadikan anggota tetap di BRICS pada tahun 2025. Setidaknya di awal tahun 2025 ya. Yuk kita coba dengarkan.
At the Kazan BRICS Summit last year, 13 countries were admitted as partner countries. But in January, only Indonesia has been admitted as a full member. So why is Indonesia a priority? The first reason is economics. Indonesia is the largest economy in Southeast Asia. Its economy is about $1.4 trillion as of 2023.
Ini coba Pade mundur sedikit ya, karena kurang jelas ini. Nah ini ya, di sini ada GDP pada tahun 2024 ya. Indonesia itu posisinya adalah di 1540. Kemudian ada Thailand di bawahnya 543,25, Singapura itu 520,97, Filipina itu 475,95, Vietnam 469,97, Malaysia 465,54, dan ada Myanmar, Kamboja, Brunei, Laos, dan Timor Leste. Jadi inilah posisi Indonesia yang pertama ya untuk GDP-nya di ASEAN tahun 2024.
$1 billion as of 2023. So for BRICS, it is vital to have Indonesia as a member, an important member at that. Now, I mentioned to you that the global GDP of BRICS is roughly about 31%, but with the inclusion of Indonesia, it is going to jump over 41% of the global GDP, and therefore now, with Indonesia's inclusion, BRICS becomes an entity that just cannot be ignored. It is too big to be ignored. Number two, Indonesia is a supplier of critical minerals and materials. In my videos on BRICS, I have explained that one of the fundamental strategy employed by BRICS in search of its membership is that the members must be suppliers of critical materials and minerals. The admission of South Africa, for example, was intended specifically for that because it is producer of huge amounts of components which are required for the economy of the future, various sensitive economic manufacturing items today. And the other important mineral component which is being produced by the members of BRICS is of course oil, and that's the reason why countries like the several members in the Middle East, including Iran, have been admitted. So Indonesia is on its own, by its own right, a producer of such kind of minerals. So this plays into right into the BRICS strategic calculation. Number 3, it is strategic location. And again, in a previous video, I have explained that the second important strategic calculation that BRICS takes into account is the location of its members. It is important for BRICS to be in control of the major trade routes. So if you were to look at the map, for example, you'll find that the Suez Canal area, which includes countries like Egypt, UAE, and in the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, Cape of Good Hope, South Africa. These are all important waterways in the world, and this is where the members of BRICS are. So it is no coincidence that Indonesia should be chosen as a member because it sits astride the Straits of Malacca. For this reason too, I think that Malaysia and Thailand would also feature as potential members because of the location.
Okay.
Coming back to Indonesia, its location in Southeast Asia, specifically along the Straits of Malacca, makes it a very important player because this waterway is the other important maritime trade routes that are vital to global economy, and BRICS is determined that its members must come from this region, and Indonesia fits the bill. Number 4 is leadership. Indonesia is the de facto leader of ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It simply is because Indonesia is the biggest power in the region, and it is also a thought leader and a pathfinder for the countries in this part of the world. And therefore, Indonesia's voice, as globally speaking, is very important. And that is, I think, one of the most valuable assets, intangible assets that Indonesia brings to BRICS. For that reason, Indonesia is indispensable, if you ask me, for BRICS. And number 5, linked somewhat to its global leadership, is Indonesia's position on non-alignment.
Okay.
Now, Indonesia, as you know,
Non-block ya.
is one of the founding fathers of, in fact, parents of the non-aligned movement with its Bandung conference in the 1950s. So Indonesia has always had a preferred position when it comes to the Global South, as a voice for the Global South in many ways, and non-alignment is one of them. And this is, again, a very important strategic asset for BRICS, because Indonesia's voice is a voice of reason when it speaks out there on international issues. So I think this is also an important calculation that has gone into the minds of the BRICS members when they decided to admit Indonesia very early on as in 2025. And number 6 is its population. Indonesia has 280 million people living in it. Its sheer size makes it impossible to be ignored. And imagine having a member like Indonesia in BRICS. It simply elevates BRICS to another level of importance as in terms of organizations in the world. With the admission of BRICS, now the population of BRICS would be well over half of the world's population. So again, as I said, from the economic standpoint, BRICS just simply cannot be ignored. But when you throw in the component of population, its strategic location, and its voice, politically speaking, BRICS is simply no pushover. Now it is actually a force to be contended with. So Indonesia's admission has basically now positioned BRICS in a different league altogether, if you would ask me. An important league as an important player. That is why Indonesia has to be brought in early. So, Indonesia was admitted very early in 2025. It simply means that all the existing members of BRICS have agreed on consensus to admit Indonesia. And this must have been the calculation that has gone into their minds in making this decision. Now, I have mentioned to you that BRICS is positioning itself by putting in the strategic building blocks, starting with the strategic materials, the supply routes, and then it goes on to the banking system, which is another area which I've spoken about in the previous videos. I mentioned to you a little bit just now about the new development bank and this payment system called NBT, etc. So you can see now a big picture emerging. A solid world economic order is being built on these pillars which I have just spoken about. Of course, there is a long way to go, but BRICS is very careful and cautious about how it is going about doing it. It is in no hurry, in my opinion. I think it is also allowing the existing order to adjust itself so that it is not going to be confrontational. But here, I think Indonesia's admission brings a lot of value.
Nah, jadi teman-teman, di sini sudah sangat jelas ya, kenapa nih Indonesia dipilih menjadi satu-satunya di awal tahun 2025 sebagai anggota penuh di BRICS. Karena di sini Indonesia adalah memiliki peran yang sangat penting di ASEAN terutama. Jika Indonesia ini tidak dipilih secara langsung saat ini, ya, ini akan menyebabkan BRICS ini posisinya kurang kuat di mata dunia ataupun di kawasan ASEAN. Di mana kawasan ASEAN ini adalah kawasan yang sangat strategis yang diperebutkan oleh negara-negara besar ataupun organisasi-organisasi besar yang ada di dunia ini, terutama yang berasal dari Eropa. Nah, tadi terdapat 6 poin yang jelas-jelas menunjukkan bahwa Indonesia semuanya memiliki poin-poin di atas dari negara Malaysia, di mana posisi Malaysia hal ini tentu saja kurang menguntungkan dibandingkan dengan Indonesia. Walaupun kita tahu bersama bahwa Malaysia telah melakukan pendaftaran lebih awal dibandingkan Indonesia. Sekalipun Indonesia sudah mendapatkan tawaran berkali-kali, kurang lebih mungkin 1, 2, sampai 3 kali tawaran ya di tahun yang berbeda. Nah, tetapi kemudian Indonesia melakukan proses pendaftaran sebagai anggota di BRICS, walaupun sebagai anggota partner ya, tetapi tiba-tiba tidak sampai sebulan kalau tidak salah, Indonesia langsung diterima sebagai anggota penuh. Hal ini cukup mengagetkan bagi Pak D dan mungkin juga dari teman-teman. Kenapa hal ini dilakukan? Dan jawabannya yang masuk di akal seperti yang dikatakan oleh dokter tersebut yang berasal dari Malaysia tadi. Jadi secara logika memang posisi kita dinantikan ya keanggotaan secara penuh di dalam BRICS. Untuk apa? Untuk menambah kekuatan secara geopolitik, ekonomi, kemudian juga pangsa pasar, kemudian sumber daya alam, kemudian kemampuan ke dalam kepemimpinan. Kita tahu bahwa ASEAN itu salah satu yang membentuk adalah negara Indonesia. Kemudian juga non-blok, itu pun Indonesia yang membentuk negara-negara non-blok. Nah, hal-hal seperti ini tentu saja menjadi pertimbangan yang sangat penting bagi BRICS untuk bisa memperkuat posisi organisasi tersebut demi menjamin keamanan dan keberlangsungan misi-misi dari BRICS ini. Nah, inilah yang harus kita pahami mengapa hal ini terjadi, dan banyak informasi di Indonesia pun ataupun pengamat-pengamat di Indonesia pun yang mengatakan alasan-alasannya. Tentu saja ini berbeda-beda ya setiap pengamat ataupun pemberi informasi tersebut. Mudah-mudahan ini menambah ilmu bagi kita, menambah informasi bagi kita kenapa Indonesia didahulukan menjadi anggota tetap BRICS pada awal tahun 2025 dibandingkan dengan di negara ASEAN yang lainnya. Daripada cukup dulu, kita ketemu di video yang lainnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam.